And I'm live. Awesome. I hope nobody's watching. Let me set the camera. Like that. Maybe. What is going on? Okay, that's totally different from before. Huh. I'm not even sure if this really works well. I'm just testing stuff. Oh, can I ring my own bell? No, I can't. Am I live? Oh, I know what I can do. Nobody's watching. Nobody is watching. Change account. Let's see. Is there a flag for me? No. I'm live. Oh, that's creepy. Feedback. Live. That's not so bad, is it? Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Oh, it's... test, test. That's some nice loop sampling stuff here. No, it's really bad. Okay. I had my fun. So yeah, that's pretty bad considering you have to see that upside down. I can put my headphones on. Much noises, such wow. Okay. No, live. Say something. What? Ah. Okay, I'm stupid. So, let's see. I was about to... No. Great, now I'm talking... I'm hearing myself talking. Okay, that's not working either. I can't use headphones. So, I just have to trust that everything works now. Okay. Camera still stuck? No, it's fine. Okay, give me the live chat. Open in a new window. Okay. What could possibly go wrong? Battery life saying 39%. That's marvelous. Shit. Okay, I need. Nope. There's the actions report. Put user on timeout. Hide user on channel. No. No. So strictly speaking, that's stupid. It's way too dark. That looks a lot like before. Okay, so where was I? Soldering up the Lameboy. So this is all you get in the kit. I'm really bad at nulling. I plan to solder this up with the solder mask. No, with the stencil I got. This one is. Oh, that's an old version. Or should I solder this up with? I think by hand would be interesting. I've never done that before, but it's gonna take a while. So yeah, I'm not sure. So why not? I always have to come back in and fix some pins with the normal soldering iron. So heck, why not? So this is basically a test run of the green boards. There's something I have to watch. But yeah, otherwise this is pretty much the standard thing you would get if you buy a kit or a fully assembled version. So okay. So since this is upside down for you, here's the board. For me, this is the board. Okay, is this a fixed focus length? No, okay. It's slow as well. I'm using a Samsung tablet right now. Okay. So yeah, here are some notes like the boards have to be a certain width so that the old Nokia display and the shield fits in well. I'm not gonna demonstrate that yet because I still have to solder in the RGB LEDs. There are 4 SMD RGB LEDs, but normally I'd start with the correct with the side where every part is going to be. So yeah. Okay. Is it possible to rotate the camera? Nope, you're just gonna see my... Okay, that was funky. You'll just see my... Well, my cupboard. Okay. Never mind then, so I cannot rotate the camera. Yeah, there's currently just one light pointing at this place. I'm really just setting up with all the work things I have to set up here. Like the lighting is bad, need to fix that. The whole table cupboard thing is new, so yeah, you have to move in if you want to say so. Okay. So, where's my water bottle? So if you order a kit, I have this packing sheet. I'm watching this with a little delay, but it works, so yeah. Basically, you can just... I will check before I send the kits if every part is in there. There are some things you can choose from, like I'd print a case for you. There are some colors you can get, and there are also some colored buttons for the A and B switches, so they can have different colors and you can choose from them. Basically, there's going to be a picture on Tindy for that. So yes, let's carry on. I think the soldering iron is hot by now. I'm just gonna water the sponge with this yeah, how do you call that? That's for ketchup, like a spender. But I've put water in it, so I don't have to always run to the water whenever I want to solder. Okay, so let's carry on. What do we have here? We got the display and the PCB in the case, and there are some screws. Let's sort this up a bit. There are some resistors. Here's a resistor array. They're probably gonna be a bit a pain in the ass. Oh, sorry, I said language. Never mind. There are some smaller parts in here that can be tricky to solder, and it's always 0603 or bigger 0805. I had a version where it was also possible to put 1206 parts on there. And as it seems, that's exactly that version. Okay, so I didn't change that. I thought I'd change it. But I've made a footprint where you can put on 0603, 04, no, not 042, 0805 and 1206. So basically, when you order the PCB, you can just grab your stuff and put it on there. But I think it's probably easier to start with this when someone has all the parts and just makes a kit like this, if you really want to solder that. So yeah, carry on. Those are some dual transistors. It's just yeah, I don't know, it's just a small package that I found. What else? Another resistor array, some resistors, capacitors. What else? This is the USB connector. I found a cool version which has... Come on, focus! Do I have to tap? Sorry for the shakiness. Yeah, no, tapping doesn't work. I just see my own comment. Okay, so yeah, this one has like two little legs that go into the PCB, so it's gonna be a bit more rigid connection, because I had it like once or twice now that One of those USB micro things just broke off. Okay, so what else? Well, that's interesting. I'm sorry I got distracted. I thought I was able to make myself a moderator just from the chat, but it seems like I'm getting to another page. Add moderator. Okay, so I've made myself a moderator. That's nice. So where was I? USB is clear now. Let me just grab this here. That's the oh, what was it called? Input output something with I2C. It's the PCF 8574. Oh, it's not a shift register. Whenever I see this, I immediately go to shift register, but it isn't. It's something else. Whatever. What do we have here? Ah, that's one of those pesky little smaller things. It's either the power regulator or it's the charging thingy. And this would be the other one that looks like just like the other. So when you check the list, there's a I've updated this since I've printed this the first time. So the regulator, the AP2112K, is marked with a white adding, so that would be this one. And this over here is the MCP73831. That's for charging. Yeah. Those are the RGB LEDs. They're really tiny. Let me just check if I can zoom in. This is really bad. Oh yes, I can. Hello there. Oh yeah. It's probably gonna look really bad, but well, it's okay, I guess. Never mind. As you can see on the right side, it's the right side. Yeah. Here are the RGB LEDs. It's really small stuff. So if you buy a kit, you have to be aware of that. So, what's that? That's the 80 tiny. 45, maybe 85, because I only had like 10 45s and I needed one for the kit. No, that's the 45. I changed it for the 85, and the 85 is on another board. So if you don't care, that's fine with me. This one is the USB serial converter. That's the CH340G. Can you... Oh shit, I'm sorry. I just zoomed in. So, yes, this is the CH340G. And that's the USB serial converter. I hope you've seen everything else. Do you see that? That's a PCF. The shifty, not shifty thingy. Okay. I hear you knocking. Those are buttons, of course, and they are really soft. I really like them because they are not that clicky and that heavy. They are it's, I think the company is called Omron. So yeah, and they are marked white, so that's an indication for the force you have to apply to, yeah, actuate or whatever. What is this? Yeah, those are the 10K resistors for pulling up stuff. I have to do a botch, and I'm not really sure how to do that yet. Over here is the... Now I can zoom in. Just remind me. Right. So this one here, you should place the regulator, and there's an enabled line that goes all the way up to the power switch and then back again. So I've made a mistake. The enabled pin is floating when the switch is closed off, so you get all kinds of crazy voltages from 0 to 3.3 volts, which is not so good because you have a basically active system that doesn't just run very well, but it blinks from time to time and it consumes power. So you don't want to do that, especially with the battery inserted. It's just wasteful lifetime of the battery. That's the power switch I was talking about. Woo. There's a power charging indicator LED. That's 0603. You have to solder that one upside down over here. It goes through the PCB and then shines up this little USB thingy. Yeah, whatever. Alright, and I already forgot again to zoom out. Shoot. Doesn't make sense to watch the stream in 720 on my PC. I'll just try. It's really not the greatest. It looks verschwommen. What's the word for that? Fuzzy? Blurry. Yeah, where was I? Mechanical stuff. So, right, the SD card holder, of course. There's still a slight issue with the SD card because when I really want to use the spiffs on the ESP, so that's why there's an ESP12S with 4 megabytes. I've checked, I swear. I bought a special tool for that to just plug them in and then burn the flash check software, and then it spits out what flash it actually has on there. So that was quite neat because I've sorted up one with an ESP12E or F, and that one only had like 1 or 2 megabyte of flash, and that was kind of annoying because all my stuff didn't work with the spiff anymore. Anyway, so spiff and the SD card stuff, they both use something like file, and I have to go in and make some changes so they don't collide with in the software, well, in Arduino. So that's kind of annoying. There's an JST adapter. It's connected like that, so you can use most of the Adafruit LiPo batteries. I can't ship LiPo batteries with the Lameboy myself because that's just sending batteries and selling them is weird and almost everywhere. So you would just need to grab one of those, or if you have a spare battery left, you will get one of those cables and just can solder that to the battery you have. Just watch out for plus and minus, but that's general. I mean, you gotta know what you do to do stuff, I guess. Another resistor, here's a fuse. What do we have here? Oh yeah, that's another pack of 2 resistor arrays. And whenever it comes to like, oh, I have 2 resistor arrays of a different value each, one of them is marked, the other is not. So the orange one is, for example, the 150 ohms resistor for the RGB backlight that the ATtiny controls, and this one, the 10Ks, are for some pull-ups for the ESP, I think. Yeah, so what else is on here? Alright, that's gonna be a pain. I think this one is not solderable. Well, it might be. I'll just try. So I think it's a bit bigger than the actual pad, so it might be possible. Well, it's supposed to be easier to solder that way, because bigger pads, and then you can basically make sure that it just connects. I think it will. So what's this? Probably capacitors. Yes, it is. More capacitors. And here's the PowerMux chip. I found this in a, or not found, I saw it in a stream by David Watts. And it's a really cool chip. So you get whatever power is there. You can probably do this with diodes, but this chip is kind of cool because, yeah, you just don't have to fuzz around with diodes and think that the battery might get dropped through the diodes. And yeah, so it's just a neat chip to make sure that you have all the power. Like when you get the 5 volts in, it's gonna direct the 5 volts into the regulator. If you don't have 5 volts on there, it will take it from the batteries. And on the same time, if you apply 5 volts, the battery will get charged, and there's no nothing is pulling current from the battery while it's being charged, because also the 5 volts get in here and it's just not connected. So that's kind of cool. I like that, so that's why I put the plug-in parts in there. And that's basically the whole thing you can get with the kit. Sorry, I'm thinking and talking in English that's not my mother tongue, so it's kind of a bit tricky. Okay, there I can see how long I'm on. Okay, I'm talking for half an hour now. Not bad. Not bad. I wonder if anyone else is streaming right now. There's probably always someone streaming. I don't see a live stream. That's good. So nobody is on the David Watts stream and thinks like, oh, I can't decide. I know what I would watch. I wouldn't watch my stuff, I would watch David's stuff. Not only because of the quality of the video capturing stuff. So, okay. Soldering iron should be warm now. I don't want to solder this by hand. Change of plans? I mean, look at it. I'll just start from the center. Let's start with the 150 resistor arrays. 151. Oh, that was my head. Okay. I had. So it says 2 people watching. It's probably because I've opened that stream with my profile and with the private one. Okay, there's usually a rule like start with the small stuff and get down with the bigger stuff, but I think what makes sense here with SMD is like starting from the center and then work your way around to the outside. I hope that works. Might get tricky over here. Maybe do the USB stuff first before the converter. Yeah. Should I solder upside down? I mean, it doesn't really matter for me. So you can No, it's not upside down anymore. Woo! Okay. Let's just see how far we go. Yeah, how far we can get with that setup. What does the battery say? 68%. I can't really fit a USB cable there because my tablet is... Oh, that's really tough to see. Okay, here we go. From here it's... Oh dear, what have I done? Why did I do that? Can't even see this, right? I can't barely see that. Let me try to grab my light. Is this connected to something? It's probably... Oh yeah, okay. I can pull the cable. Okay. I should probably put away my soldering iron. Okay, that's better. Way better. Is it way better? It's so much better. I'm so sorry that I didn't think of that before. Now the lamp is right above my head. Okay. So, what did I do? I soldered up this pin. Okay. Let's... No. Can I push it up? Can I pull on the rack? Oh, okay. It's too far down. Okay. So, where was I? I've soldered up that pin. No, that pin. Okay, so let's turn this around and then I'm gonna solder those 4 pins. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Okay, let's just... That was not good. Probably the heat is probably too high. Okay. How can you see my head like that? That's weird. Okay, here we go again. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry for swearing. Okay, did that actually work? That's really bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at it. Okay. Focus. Thanks. It's a solid connection. Damn. Why did I choose? Oh, that's bad. Okay, let's get some soldering wick. I have no idea what I could do to fix that if I just mess everything up. Wait, 1.5. Oh no, that's with. How thick is that? It's a bit too thick. Oh well, might work. Oh, there's the thin one. Yeah, I'm using that for getting the right angle with the camera. Okay, let's try that. You can't see it, can you? Okay. Save the soldering wick. I'm gonna burn my fingers in 3, 2, 1. No? What? That's bad. That's really bad. Jesus. Shame on me. Okay, that is connected. Can I get this off? Okay, not bad. So yeah, if you're wondering, why doesn't he take just a new one? Well, I could, but you don't have a new one, so maybe I just have to rethink my, oh yeah, there it is, the whole packaging stuff. Maybe I just throw in like every resistor, every capacitor, the twice amount of material, parts, you know? Oh, that is... What a... Okay, I'm not sure if you're seeing this. This is not good either. Okay. This might be a bad idea after all. So what did I do wrong this time? It's a bit close to the 150 resistor array, and it's a bit far off from the 100. I normally try to make them like the same space, the same distance or whatever. Well, at least I try. But yeah, as you can see, the resistor array is in the wrong place. Okay. Let's just try to fix it. It's not that bad to apply too much heat on the resistor. I mean, it's not good on everything, but see, I was able to get rid of it. Okay, this time we want to put it on the right spot. Heat everything up. And like this. Okay, so I had another idea, like how could I make this work? Like how could you be able to solder this? And I had the idea of yeah, basically make it so you can order it on or stencils, and you get one of those Mylar sheets, and whenever you've ordered one and you want to get rid of it, you can just say, hey, hey Dave, I've got one, maybe you want to buy it off. And then I'm like, well, I get like 20, but okay. And then yeah, I don't know, maybe I can send or stencils if I have enough, just with the kids, and tell the people to send it back. But I'm not sure this is a good idea, because people don't want to have the extra work and commit to sending stuff back once they're done. I'm not sure. It's like just an opinion. I wouldn't want to do that. But yeah, maybe everyone else thinks different. Okay, so that's gonna take me a while to clean up. Yeah, just a casual Sunday soldering. What happens? My boss sends me stuff. Work-related stuff, I guess. Okay. Okay. Okay, maybe I can use a wee bit smaller one. That's the 0.5. Oh, I'm sorry. I was running out of solder wick, and the most reasonable pricing was the one with just 5 sizes of soldering wick. So I can choose and play around with the right sizes. And it's way better than the cheap stuff. You know what cheap stuff I'm talking about. It's like the one where you have to actually put flux to it so that it wicks. But yeah, that works quite well. It's gonna take this will take longer than the laser cut hurdy-gurdy I got from my sister for Christmas. And it's too hot again and lifts up. I'm gonna cry. This is not a good idea. Are you kidding me? So I'm not really sure what my customer base would be. Is it like people who are willing to spend an evening with basically this, soldering and feeling the pain of failing miserably? What am I doing? Okay, let's make a sanity test. It's just I'm not trusting my soldering skills at that point. So let's see. They all go to. Okay, so that's weird. That's really weird. So if I recall correctly, those should be all connected. So I would get a beep when I connect them, but I don't. That's not good. So I'm opening the schematics. Yeah, if you're interested to see any documentational stuff, think I've put everything onto Hackaday, including PDFs, so you don't have to have Eagle. But yeah, that seems pretty much connected. Okay, this is really bad. I mean, the hours alone to check that. Oh, that's not good. Here. Okay, so it's basically lift up. Can you get a focus? No? I see you're trying. Oh? No? Oh, jeez. Jeez! So, what I wanted to show you was the resistor arrays they're standing like this, so one or two legs aren't connected. It's horrible. So the problem now is when I go back, I mean, I can just try to flux it all off, but in theory, I'm just gonna put solder mask. I'm just gonna whip out the stencil and rip off any pads. I'm gonna laugh so hard. Let's get out the big one, the big gun. Takes a wee bit longer to heat. Yeah, I'd say never mind. Okay, so the annoying thing about this one is you have to find the right spot. Okay, that was easy. But you have to also glue it down somehow. So maybe let's start with that. Gonna grab some glue from the glue box, shoebox. Looks nice. Are we still at 4? Oh, we're at 4 people watching. So that's not me and my surrogate me. That's good. I'm positive about that. Someone actually writing something in the chat? Probably not. Nope. Okay, never mind. Let's fail at this instead. Let's also hope that... Oh dear. That looks about right. Okay. Ooh. I just saw someone writing stuff in the comments. Someone I was talking about earlier. Hi, David. I'm really sorry for the shitty quality of the camera and stuff, but it's a tablet and I wanted to get started with live stream stuff, so. Okay, that looks alright. Okay, so my soldering paste should be warm enough. I've just put it on the soldering iron station to get a bit warmer. Okay, I didn't clean that one up. That's not good. Let me grab one of those many RFID cards I still have. Okay, so we've I had to order a lot of those RFID cheap modules. This one's the, you can read it. Anyway, they came with 2 or 3 cards of those and the keychain things, the blue ones. So let's just grab one of those cards. I hope it's not the one where you can set the ID. No, it's not. Okay. I'm gonna get shit for that. This is like really not a pro with the soldering stuff, and I'm doing a lot of stuff wrong. But never mind. I don't like people crying over stuff like that, so I shouldn't do it. So this is my technique. Okay. So I'm gonna just hope for the best here. That's almost good. So I've heard that revisiting makes it worse, which makes sense because you're like pushing material below or between the foil and the PCB, but yeah, let's hope I don't put too much paste in the spots where it doesn't belong. So okay, so there's a pin missing. I'm probably gonna put solder looks fine. There's probably gonna be some stuff on the USB pads where it doesn't belong because it's another footprint, but I was like too cheap to redo that. So as you can see here, if you can see that, try to, oh yeah, let's get some mood in here. Use the Mylar for something, some fancy color changes. No, that's not good. Sorry. Hello there. Okay. So let's remove that. Let's clean this later or never. No, I'm gonna clean that. I'm gonna clean the stencil. Noakes. So I thought there was an I in your name. Hi there. Okay, so let's. Should I? Yeah. Let me just reuse those that didn't work. Is it a good idea? I don't think so. It might be. They're not connected. Okay. Just because I know that someone is watching, I'm gonna snip everything everywhere. That's the right thing to do, right? Just streaming, just mess everything up. Feeling. Okay, that might work. Okay, so of course you don't see that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I couldn't see that either. I'm sorry. I probably said, like, as you can see, 2 or 3 times. But yeah, I have to move everything because this one is a bit higher. Okay. So that makes more sense. Maybe I'll just turn it around because I'm filming upside down. I'm trying to center that. Yeah, sorry, that was my fault. Of course. Okay, so all the parts inside, maybe. Yes. So what do we have here? I'm gonna check the... No! That's okay. Nothing happened. Okay. Let me check the list again. Because I only have a package of 4 capacitors, and that's the 1 UF's microfarads. So let's try to find them upside down. 1 UF. Okay. That's a spot where the solder paste wasn't going to, but that's okay. That's just a resistor. I can solder that by hand. Now for the hard part. Where are the capacitors? I could open the schematics, but where's the fun in that? I think they're connected to one of those. Ah, here. It's for the voltage regulator. At least those two. And then there's a spot for the display where they're as well. I think, yep, they're there. So those are from they are for the Nokia LCD I'm using. It's a bit weird too. Okay, so where are we now? So this one is gone. It's garbage. That's easy. Maybe let's place stuff that I don't have to unwrap. Switch is easy. So yeah. Oh, that's far in. Okay. Alright, yeah, because otherwise the SD card would stick out a lot. Come on. Where are the holes? There are the holes. So the holes are there. So why doesn't it want to go inside? There we have it. Okay. I always push it a bit in so it doesn't fly off the pads when I use the heat gun. Well, that's fortunate for me. Okay, that's really weird to place stuff with the left hand. Okay, I don't want to put the ESP on there right now. So I'm back to unpacking stuff again. Of course. Okay, so this one goes here. Let's try to push that in a bit because the cable comes out here, and there's not a lot of space, so I'll try to put it as far in as I can get it. So, right, I've talked about this earlier. Those chips are the same size, and I've marked one of them white. So if you grab the kit, you know which one is which, and the white one is the AP2112. Okay. Thing. Yeah, you can clearly hear when I'm thinking about something else. I just... Okay, it's white on the bottom, but the pins shouldn't be affected. Well, I hope. It's my first time, but... Yeah, I'm sorry, that's just my hand you're gonna see there. But that's my right hand, it's my good hand. It's my working hand. Okay, so that was the white one. Sanity check. Yes, that was the regulator. Okay. So the second pin, the second part in that size is the charging chip. That's the MCP73831, as you read it from the PCB. Yeah, if something doesn't make sense what I say, it's because sometimes I just repeat stuff I've seen in movies or in the other thing. Serious. Sometimes you hear stuff that often that you kind of know what they are saying, but sometimes it's just you're not sure what you think, so you use it to look cool. Oh, not really. Okay, so that's the serial converter. Stay there. That makes... Okay. I basically copied the whole serial programming stuff for the ESP from well, from different places, but they're all doing the same stuff. Can I put this? I've never tried that. Well, anyway, I've borrowed the whole thing from Node MCU schematics, from Adafruit, some parts. Just anyone who is generous to share stuff with an open source license. Okay, so that's cool. The it doesn't have to go through the hole completely, so that's nice. I might have made a mistake here. I'm just talking too much. I'm surprised that I'm talking so much. I guess when you start and then you forget. So, okay, there's definitely a mark missing how to put this one in, but I'm pretty sure it goes like that. What else? Let's just... Right, the botch. Oh dear. Probably have to scrape this off afterwards. There needs to go a resistor here somewhere, because otherwise the enable pin of the regulator or the... No, it's a regulator that might be floating, so you get all the funky voltages. I forgot that, but yeah, I kind of want to start getting rid of all the stuff I've bought, get some money in, and then maybe go from there. I don't know. So the 10Ks are... Okay. Here. I probably have to change the footprints again. I've made this footprint to just make sure everyone can use every footprint they have laying around, but with the 0805 that's hard to have that much solder paste already, and you know the whole there's a 10k. Sorry, I'm thinking and talking, and there's so much solder paste that it can get tricky with the soldering of the smaller parts. You can sometimes get bridging under the parts. I had that like 4 or 5 times now, and that's really annoying. So you probably want to really have the pad for the part. That's a thing. Okay, so I'll just put this here and forget what it is until I'm wondering, hey, what's that? Okay. That makes sense. That's the what is the PCF 8574? That's, I almost said it. I don't know. That's something, port expander. That's the word. Finally, it's not a shift register. Okay. What's next? Okay, it's probably best if you solder on like populating stuff. Do that on a small lid or something where you have something where the parts can bounce off, because that thing is tiny. It's like, I don't know what footprint that is out of my head. It's easier when you're not talking and placing parts to actually know what your parts are. Don't fly away. Okay. And over here. So yeah, those are small transistors in dual package for the this one is for the auto reset and the programming pull down stuff thing that you need for the ESP12. Yeah, and those are just I'm driving 4 LEDs with 1 transistor. It's like for every color I need the driving transistor, because the 80 tiny is quite robust, but I think having 12 LEDs on all the pins, on 3 pins, like each pin pulling, what is it, 4 LEDs, like worst case scenario it's 80 milliamps per pin 3 times. That's not so good, you don't want to do that, so that's why I put the transistors in there. Do I see a power switching IC on there? Yes, you do. And I saw that in one of your live streams, so I'm sorry for stealing, I guess, David. Well, I'm not sorry, and I think it's not stealing, but I like the chip, so I wanted to use it as well, because it's easier. You can do that with the diodes, but then you have like voltages dropping over diodes, and that's a pretty nice chip, I think. So yeah, I used that. Okay, so the orange capacitors are 4.7 UFs. Sorry for saying UF, that's microfarad. Yeah, I thought about streaming from my MacBook. It's a fairly recent one, so that would have been good, but I wanted to have a dual camera setup, and that didn't work out for me, because whenever I plugged in the webcam, it wouldn't work. If I restart, then the camera would work, the external, but the internal camera wouldn't work anymore. So you don't see my frustration when I'm soldering this and placing parts for it. So why is it fun? Okay. Close enough. Yeah, see, that's the 0603 part on the massive part. Footprint. I don't think there's solder paste on there. So if I heat this up now, this would just go tombstoning. Luckily, oh no, I need both hands. I need both hands. Damn it. Yeah, but there's enough soldering paste. That's a candidate for shorting. Never mind. Where was I? So yeah, that's not a good footprint. Sorry, I've read the comment. The second one. Yes, I think you blew that one up, but you had it mixed up, the plus and minus. And that's something that just doesn't happen with 3.1. I mean, the version 3.1. There were some changes I had to make before I got to this, so yeah, I could talk about this. If I remember it correctly, I'll do so. So yes, there's still the floating stuff. Of the enabled pin that I have to botch, but what was the problem before that? Right, the enabled pin of the power regulator. I had that connected to the switch, and the switch went back to the 3.3 volts that would be generated if the thing would be enabled. So I had a chicken egg problem. I couldn't enable the chip to get 3.3 volts, and I had no 3.3 volts to enable the chip, so yeah, that was that. That was in revision 2, by the way, so the first one was fine, but the first one had another regulator on there. So 101, that's the 100. It's just a little extra. No, it's not, it's just 10 times 10. Okay, yeah. So the first one had the classic AMS 1117 regulator on there, but especially with LiPo stuff, they had a too high of dropout voltage, so that was bad. What do I have here now? That's 4 resistors. I'm really lucky that I have like 4 of those, 3 of those, 2 of one of those, and then there are some minor values that are like, I have 1 or 2 of one single value, but there are pens for that, right? Like the stuff, like the things to mark stuff. There's another 470 resistor. Where's the next one? Over there and over there. Okay. Well, the other revisions, like the first one, had the USB mini plug as well in there. It's like a combined footprint of both. Actually, it wasn't even a footprint that I've combined. It was like I've put 2 footprints and ignored the arrow messages of eagle. Yeah. Okay, what else? So 3 of capacitors. It's the 100 NF. Okay. Number 1. Number 2. Yeah, they're just for basically for every chip that I have on the board. It's like, okay, let's drop one in there and one in there. Like for the ESP, there's one on there. For the AT Tiny, seems like I haven't added them for those other chips, but all in all, there are a lot of capacitors on there, so should be fine with that. Okay, so those are 2 capacitors. I think we've had the orange capacitors already. The marked with orange capacitors. So those should be the capacitors for the CH340G USB serial converter. So I thought about changing this to the what was it? There's a company that also does the serial stuff. I don't mean FTDI. It's like something with a 2 and a 1 and a 9 in there. Anyways, you wouldn't have to solder up the crystal and the capacitor, so that might be interesting for another revision of the board, but for now it's like I'm not in the mood to spin this board again, because always when I spin it up again I end up like adding parts, removing parts, like that actually work. So, and it's all just, it ends up in me ripping up every cable, every connection in Eagle, and you don't want that. So yeah. Okay. It's the fuse. It's the polyfuse. Just in case I've missed something. Okay, those switches I won't populate. It's the reset switch and there's an extra switch for the whole thing. I thought about copying the oh god, there's Lameboy and then there's the other one with the display. Have I ever sold one of those? Sorted. David, are you asking for the boards? If I've ever sorted a board before like that? Or the chip? Because, well, I can say yes to both. But there's way too much solder paste. I have to get in there and clean it up afterwards, but yeah. This is just for showing the latest revision that I want to sell on Tindy. So this is actually a sanity test for the kit, but it failed. Because, yeah, when I started to solder the resistors, the arrays by hand, I wasn't able to, and I think I'm pretty good at soldering those little things, but yeah. Okay, that's a bit confusing every time I see this. I think it goes in like that. Need some lines there. What else? Just lost a bit of train of thoughts. Okay. The 1K resistor array. One goes here. Okay, if they look a bit like misaligned, that probably will fix itself when I heat all the stuff up. No. Okay. What else is there? It's a 3. So let's do 100K. I've chosen very high resistors for checking the battery voltage. Not sure if they may be too much, but I don't want to draw too much current with the measuring resistors. It's like a voltage divider, so it goes from plus to minus, and in the middle there's the voltage that you actually measure with the ESP, so you always have a connection from minus to plus with this, which consumes current. So with 430 should be fine in most of the cases. So. Okay, that's not gallant, and I'm probably gonna have to fix that, but I don't want to fly it off, so I'm stucking it in way too much solder paste. What else is there? Can't be that much. Right. And there's I think there's a 15 second. No, that's too much. I probably have to measure the. Oh crap! Oh no, there it is. Okay, here comes the fun part. Oh yes, to hot air, because soldering by hand was a fail. So now I'm trying to solder this with hot air like I always do. But I thought, okay, when someone buys this in a kit, oh, this won't work. Okay, so this is a tricky one. This needs to get in there upside down, so, but it just wants to stick. Okay, I'm cheating here, I'm cheating. Okay, you need to have more solder to gap the height of the pads. That's interesting to know. So which one is the negative side? That's the negative side. Okay, that looks correct. I'm gonna turn this a bit. No. Okay, I could have sorted that one up afterwards, but that should be fine. Soldering iron, what am I using? That's one of the clones of the soldering station from Hacko. That's it's called the Do I have something to write on? Yes. This is how you spell it. I can't pronounce that. I mean, I can try, but you wouldn't make sense of it, so... Oh, yeah? Well, cheap clone. You can get those for 20, 30 euros, maybe. I'm not sure what I've paid for that. It's been a while. Okay, where was I? That's one of the last resistors, I guess. Nope, there are two more. Where is the resistor? That's the one I needed to fix. Nope, there it is. That's not good. Let's get rid of this. I do all my sound effects, by the way. What's going on? So, okay, that's for setting the charger to an amount of current. So that's the closest value to 2K that I got cheaply. 2Ks were way too pricey, and that's okay. It just takes a bit longer, but I don't think it's noticeably longer to charge a bigger battery, so we don't care. Okay, what are those for? That's the 4.7K. They are for the resetting stuff. I wonder how long the delay is right now. So, did I miss something? Yes. No. ESP, of course, but let's just put that on here. Boom. All right. Okay, and that looks okay. So I think we have everything on there. Oh no. Forgot something. What am I doing? Okay. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Yep. Remove the sticker before you put the part over it. But it's fine. Okay. Looks like we're ready for the heat gun. Are we? Looks alright. Okay, cool. So the next machine I'm using is my cheap 858 clone. the heating gun. And I've set it to the worst values of temperature and airflow that I can put it into, but this way it doesn't take that long. So what I tend to do is just preheat everything, I'll warm it up a bit. That's probably better if I do it like that with the right hand. Oh, that's terrible lighting. Okay, never mind. So let's try to make the resistor race in the center go good. It's weird. Whenever you point the hot air gun, oh yeah, you seen that? Whenever you point it at parts, no, it just heats up the part next to it, so that's kind of weird. Don't fly away. Ouchie. So my left hand is currently right in the airstream. Ouch. Okay, so they look alright. I wasn't sure for a second, but might be just enough. Okay, so see, this is weird. I think I've forgotten to push some parts in, so I gave them a chance to just lift up. It doesn't look so bad. Oh, this one is a candidate. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I'm using way too much heat. No, I'm fine. That's interesting. It's like the best. Ooh. Best result I ever had. So that's nice. Okay, even the one where I thought it might short looks alright. This one isn't in. Now it's in. So it looks like some parts of the board are colder, but all in all the parts are just moving where they have to. That looks so nice. Even the little transistor thingies look like they're not shorting. Oh, that's one. Oh. Okay, looks alright. So whenever I get to the switch here, I'm on constant, well, constantly frightened to melt off the switch, the lever. Can you still hear me, or is it like way too loud and I'm just mumbling? Why isn't this fine? Okay. Pull yourself together. So what's left? CSP sorted out. Looks like it. so that worked. That worked. That looks fine. Alright, this side of the connector. I'm actually moving the PCB right now. It's not such a good idea. Okay, that's... Oh, fine. That one looks shitty. Nice. Ooh. I'm sorry if you're seeing my head. Okay, I might just... Oh, great. Okay. Sheesh. Okay, so the metal thing's gonna be pretty hard. Okay, there's a little cross connection. That one doesn't look right. It might be just just making sure. Are we still in? Yeah. Okay, they were... Oh yeah. The side of the thing isn't really good. Okay. I'm just pushing the pin into the solder paste. But it doesn't work. Okay. So, let's turn on the heat gun again. Okay, you can see the last 3 pins melting slowly. There we go. Okay, that looks much better. So is this one connected? I do think it is. Let's just make sure if this pen of flux. Just just hitting 2 pins, that's not good. And oh, it's a... Okay, that's not the best work. You gotta remember, it's still hot. Okay, that looks good. What else is there? There's this one cross connection on the PowerMax chip. Oh, that's tough. So sometimes I'll just add new solder to it to then remove the connection, because they are different. Okay, it gives me a better attack point. Okay, so let me try turn that, add some solder to the USB pins. Doesn't work so well. Okay, let's try it this way. Probably losing heat over the metal can right now. That's fine. Okay. So, let's see if this is usable. So the first thing I do before I turn it on... Ooh. Is this correct? Soldered. It looks like it. Okay. So okay, I've overlooked this side completely. So the pins of the ESP are not soldered right now. So it helps with more light, to solder with more light. That's my 5 cents for doing the soldering stuff. You can clearly see that it's not soldered up correctly because it's not shiny. It's like gray, very matte. Okay, so right now this is at 300 degrees Celsius, I think. And the air is like on full power, but nothing happens. Okay, so I can see some of the pins turning into something shiny like fish. Okay, I can see the solder of the shield melting, but I don't see the pins melting, so this is kind of annoying right now. Maybe I'm just holding it wrong. I mean, not that wrong. It doesn't smell like chicken. Come on! This takes way too long. Okay, so whatever. I'll just solder that up by hand. That's what I do most of the time with the ESP as well, anyway, so. Oh, that's not the best soldering mat. If he still is here, David Watts, he has like the best soldering mats. I mean, they are cutting mats, but Jesus. I'm sorry. looks almost alright. Let's add up some soldering. Can I touch it? Probably not. Okay, I'm holding it. Nope, not on the USB plug as well. Shoot. Okay. There's a nose. And there's no bridge. Awesome. Okay, that should be fine now. So let's see. No, I just remembered there wasn't enough solder paste on the pins of the battery connector. So let's fix that by soldering it. Is there enough? You can see my fingerprint on the SD card holder, because I've burnt myself probably. Not bad though. So okay, should be fine for this side. Let's make the sanity test on something not inflammable, but also not. Let's hope this won't melt my soldering mat. It's not a soldering mat, by the way, it's just a... I'm sorry, I'm getting tired. Let's see if plus and minus aren't connected. Let's start with the battery. That's a good sign. Okay, I can stick with the minus pad, and let's check if the power supply is connected. Great, so no short there. Let's see if the 5 volts are shorted. They aren't. Am I still in? Yes, I am. Okay, I mean, alright, that's a 5 volt, and there's a fuse. No, the fuse is always connected, so that makes sense as well. It's always 5 volt, and we have no short. Do we have a short between 5 and 3 volt? No. Nice. That never happened before. I always had a connection between plus and 5 volts. So maybe I get better when someone is watching. Interesting. Disconnected. No, it's not. Oh, that's fixable. It's just the physical connection, just to hold the switch in place. That's 50-50 chance, so that should work. Okay. So far so good. Front side. I mean, at this point I could check if it works with Arduino already. Or at least take a power bank. Grab my power bank. Where is my power bank? I have no idea where my power bank is. The moment of truth. Very well. Let's see. Don't blow up. I mean, there should be a blue. Oh no. So power is on. Did something happen? There's a blue light. Okay, so without connecting it to the Mac, I can check power levels. So right now, okay, this should be off. Alright, so what you can see here now is I forgot the botch already. This is the floating enabled pin of the AP2112K, that one. So you can see it jumps around between. I can really see that. So ground and 3 volt. Is that a real pad? Oh yeah. Whoopsie daisy. So yeah, that's the floating power source problem. So I need to add the baud resistor next probably. But if I turn it on, it should give straight 3.3 volts. Well, plus minus 0.05 volts, but that's negligible. Okay, so that's to be expected, I guess. Next thing should be me botching my boards. Okay, so what I have to do is cross. Okay, so see that they are cross from the switch from. Let me get something pointy. Where's that thing that I used to solder with? Yeah. Okay, so I have to botch from those pins to ground something to pull the enabled low. That's the plan. Yeah. How do I do that though? Okay, where's the resistor? Is it still on the plate? It's still on the plate. That's awesome. Okay. So might make sense to scratch the solder mask off here. I have to be careful and gentle, sorry. Okay. That's okay. And the boy. So in the latest revision of the board, it's of course fixed, but I've ordered 10 boards and you kind of want to get them out. So scratching this off will help. Let's try to. Where's the alcohol? There it is. Yeah, I think the stream will be available later. I have no idea how I do that, but I mean, if I don't have to actively deactivate it, it's gonna be there. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna cut this in any way, maybe, but yeah. Have a nice one, and thanks for watching, David, and everyone else. The other 2 people? Well, yeah. So, in case David starts a live stream now, I gotta stop now. Peace out. No, I'm fine. I'm gonna stay here and watch his stream later. If he does so. I don't think he does it. Let's hope he films something. It's lazy Sunday. So okay, I scratch off the solder mask and that's a perfect fit. Awesome. So that worked. Okay. Cool. So, alright. It's better for you that way. There's the botch now. Let's test it. Where's the USB cable? Jeez. Really? Ah, there it is. There's so many black cables on my board right now, on my desk right now. Okay. So, moment of truth. Of course it's on right now. That's perfect. And that was to be expected. It's behavior when it's on. And now de-enabled. To pull down, and the voltage is fine for that state. So yeah, I'm happy about that. Great. There's probably some voltage from the capacitors that are on there, so that's just fine. What else can we do? Okay, I can't test the RGB right now because there are no RGB LEDs on there. So let's put them on. And I really hope that I can find out what way I have to put them on. I mean, there's a dot on there, and there's a dot on here, but I think it's from the wrong footprint. I should make notes. Why am I not making notes? Okay. I need a pen. Pen, 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 pen. That's not a pen, 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 pen. Purple. Okay, so what was it? I have resistor marks. I can't write. For the ADC. Yes, writing notes in English. Okay, and the RGB markings. I have the botch on, and also power max marking. Okay. So that's just for the next revision that I know. Okay, I need to put marks on there, but I think it's relatively easy to figure out. I think this one is the plus side. Bottom left. So let's test that. I think they're common cathode. Is cathode plus? Yes, should be. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. Continue testing, right? And I'm testing, yes, right. So every LED has its own resistor. That's what the resistor array is for. And so there's only one pad that is connected to another pad of the LED. So those wouldn't be connected because they are connected through a resistor to the PC something, so you would measure something like, what makes sense here, the double value of the resistor probably. Does that make sense? Let's see. No, maybe. Okay. I don't know. Where were we? Okay, so that's the common plus side, if I recall correctly. Well, it's the common side. Let's. Okay, so probably. No. Alright. That's diode mode. So I'm testing the. Right, that's correct. So the dot goes to the bottom. The dot goes to the bottom. Okay, before I start soldering every LED, I will add a little solder blob to one pad. Okay, so when I have that, I need my arm for that. Where's the, okay. So now I heat the pad and push the LED in there. Okay, I was holding the LED way up high with the tweezers, but is it connected now? Probably. Okay. Whoa! I still have every LED. That's fine. Okay. I have a PCB holder somewhere, but I never use it. Don't know why. Okay. Nope. Still not? Okay. What's going on? Okay. Let's try again. Heat the solder up. Put the lead in. LED. Really nothing. What's going on? Okay, I'm trying to pick up the LED at a higher point so that I can push it in here. Make sure I'm not lifting the LED. Oh, okay, that's really... I don't know why, but some parts just need more flux. Anyone still watching? Yes, okay. I'm not doing it for the views. Okay, so every LED is fixed. Now I can... It's a bit tricky with all the parts on the bottom side. Oh, that one wasn't fixed. Okay. Well, it's fixed now with way too much solder. It was perfect. There's a cross connection. Okay, so normally you can slide in, slide out, and you have the part released again. Like that. And like that. Okay, so they are fixed now. Properly sorted. Okay. Maybe a bit more. Okay. I'm not talking anymore. Oh, cool. So, I probably... Sometimes there's too much light to check the stuff. But this looks alright, I think. Focus. That one might be... No, it's good. Okay. Cool, so... Before I solder on the buttons, I'll test the RGB stuff. Okay, so I should have an RGB test script in my Arduino thingy. Are we lagging? No. Okay, I'm starting up the Arduino, so I'm sorry if this is a bit boring. Let me try to think of something. In the meantime, okay, I'm setting up my ESP82 stuff to nope, not the D1. I'm setting it up to be, well, think of it as a WeMOS board, D1, since I've basically stole the reset stuff and what you need for the CH340G. Yeah. Okay, so all the parameters are looking good. Okay, I was confused for a second. I couldn't find the serial thingy. But this is normal because when it's off, there's also no power going to the serial converter. So if you want to program it, you have to turn it on. Okay. Oh, cool. Now it's four people who are watching again. Woohoo! I hope it's not me and 3 people, but 4 people alone. No, wait. I have it open, so it's 4. 5. Nice. Anyway, hello to anyone who's just joined. I'm currently building the Lameboy latest revision that I plan to sell as a kit or as, yeah, a fully assembled version. But yeah, I might just do the fully assembled one. I'm not sure. It's really a pain to solder otherwise. Okay, let's see. Where's the sketch? I'm looking for the sketch to test the RGB LEDs. Oh, Mr. Spacehoon is here. That's wonderful. Let me appreciate his presence with the presents in my screen. Wait a second. Put that up here. Oh, there's a battery in there, so be prepared for a treat. If it's too distracting, I'm sorry, I just bite my tongue. No, my lips actually. Okay, never mind, you don't want to hear that. You want to see some fancy RGB LEDs. I mean, I assume you want to. So, I think it's one of the Lameboy scripts. Where is it? RGB test. Oh god. Sometimes I do think when I'm programming stuff. So it's compiling. Isn't it awesome how I narrate the Arduino stuff? You just see my hand holding the board. Nothing happened. An error occurred. Okay, so I've probably just selected the wrong serial terminal. So, nice try. Once again. Here we go, uploading. Come on. And we have RGB. Isn't that awesome? Is it RGB white? Yes. What's happening now? Oh, it's purple and white. The setup is RGB and then it's purple and white. Woohoo! We got the light. So, okay, that's pretty cool. So, last step would be, I mean, I can check the voltage on the charger. Let me do that for a second. Voltage. So there should be 4.2 volts on there. Doesn't know that there is no battery on. Okay, great. Cool. Let's find some colorful switches. And I think I go for yellow because I have the yellow case. Oh! Yeah, that's a good point, Space. Okay. Some more people are joining. That's awesome. Okay, so where are we? I have 2 yellow buttons that will go over here to the A and B buttons, and then there are, oh god, where are they? They're over here. Those white buttons that are a bit softer, and I have to convert them from through hole to to SMD by basically bending the legs and cutting them. It's a bit suboptimal because normally you can just buy those buttons, but yeah, I was just buying colorful buttons and then I thought, okay, never mind, I can bend them. And if you buy a kit, you can bend them as well. Yeah. Okay. So the white buttons that are a bit softer, you can only get them in dip anyway, so you have to bend them. There are white omrons that are a bit softer in SMD style, but they aren't as soft as those. So, well, you Gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so first I'll just bend the buttons like this. It's all so interesting. Look at me, I'm crazy. Oh yeah. I'm the pin bender. I'm so tired. How's everyone else? Please write stupid stuff in the comments and live chat. I need to read something. Yes, Space Zone, the case is 3D printed. Oh yeah. It's a pretty good print quality, if I might say so. For you it's like this one. Oh, why isn't nobody telling me that it's upside down for you? Anyway, the print is that's printed with a Zortrix M200. It's a Polish company. Just from the printing quality, think of an Ultimaker, the better ones. Not the first Ultimaker, but the second generation. Yes, that's one of the benefits of working for the company I work for. I have a good 3D printer at home because I design stuff from time to time for the company. And sometimes I just have to print in bulk for the company. Yeah. The cool thing is I can just buy my own filament. Oh, it's stuck in my finger. Yeah, I can buy my own filament and use the printers. So that's cool. You got one trash printer. I mean, if you can get some decent print out of it, wow. I mean, it's such a hassle. I had a 3D printer before that. It's the what is it called? It's the Printerbot Simple from 2014. Yeah, the price was the same, like $200, but you had to build it up yourself, and the quality wasn't that good. I mean, for the smaller prints it was, but you had some very like warping issues if you print bigger or just pointy stuff. Always print around stuff so you don't have the wavy thing. Okay. So once again, 1 pin per part. Okay, cool. And now I'll just, it looks right, okay. I'll heat up the pin. Oh, that's not right. But that's okay. Is it? Yeah. It looks a wee bit too long. And all the parts on the bottom side make it harder to solder that. Okay. Yeah, the first layer is the most important thing on a 3D printer. Yeah, on a 3D print to make it happen. So yeah, if you don't get that right, it's really hard. That's not really good. Oh, what am I doing? bunch of solder here, and I got pointy soldering spots, but who cares? Oh, no. Oh, okay. The next patch is coming, as it seems. Well, if you have a cool graphic and want to turn it into an RGB badge, we can always talk about that. Otherwise, if you want something fancier, you gotta be in the mood for that. Yeah, hypnosis whom. Okay, I'll just go crazy with the buttons here. I don't think I've cut them very well. Okay, I have to apply some pressure right now. That's not good as well. Shoot. Well, it's not bad, so. Some of the pins are, they look like they're lifted up. So. Okay, so may I introduce to you? That was Alexa. Alexa, sage Hallo. There you have it. Okay. I'm noticing that I'm not talking that much anymore. So if you have anything I should say, anything I should tell, I don't know. Do you have any questions about the board? What am I doing? Why am I doing it? I can't say that once again. IRC, Internet Remote Control. No, what was it again? I think the guys above you should have a Discord or something like that. I'm not really sure what a Discord is. I just recently used Instagram stories for the first time, so I'm getting old. I'm not using all this fancy new stuff. It's probably not the right thing to say about IRC, I guess. I think that's one of the oldest protocols there is for communication. Is it? Wadum. Yeah, on the side, on the space.de is there's also a link to the badge. Let's make those solar bulbs. Okay, so there's a connection I don't want between the buttons. I think it's the one side is negative and the other side is one of the contacts, one of the pins. Melt, 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 melt. Come on! Ouch. Okay. Yes, buy them all. I think there are currently some in the store left. Basically all of them. I've only sold 4 so far, and I think all... Oh no, wait. Only 3 of them went to Spacehoon. And 1 of them went to someone else. Hypno Spacehoon. Yeah, I've recently reduced the price of the Spacehoon badge. So Spacehoon is $7, but you also have to count in the shipping fee, and that's currently $4.50, and that won't change because I want to get a number from the postal office so that I can track it. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit pricey, but I can often manage to put in the Knight Rider badge and the Spacehoon in one pack, or 2 of the Knight Rider boards or whatever. So, okay, let's just try to clean up the board a bit before I put on the LCD. That's sad, we gotta change that. Do you want to change his spare money, or? Are you talking to Alexa again? No. Okay. That's not the greatest soldering job, Dave. No. Well, if I read that right. Okay, Nelks. Sorry for pronouncing it Nelks, but I wanted to say Nelix for the longest time. Now it's Nelix. That's a weird handle to pronounce. I'm sorry. But yeah, talking about donations and stuff, currently I just want to get rid of... No, want to get rid of stuff. But actually I do. It's just getting a 0 thing out of it. So, yeah, I can buy new stuff and do more stuff, but I don't want to do the whole YouTube thing that often, so I'm fine where I am. And if you're asking for donations, that's fine too. I hope you find someone who donates stuff to you, if you want it. Okay, where was I? Okay, cleaning that thing up. And I think it's best if I take another Q-tip again. New one, fresh one. Set up Streamlabs, okay? Well, I think the first problem I have to tackle is the whole hardware thing. I have a DSLR and I should be able to stream with that from there, where you are right now. But yeah, this one was like, should I add live or should I record? And well, so yeah, I need a mounting for my DSLR to make a better video quality to stream. If I want to stream, I mean, I have some kits prepared, some stuff that I can solder in front of the camera, which would make sense, but talking the whole time, oh, that's something else. I'm sorry, I'm just looking for the display. It should be Alright, let's... Yeah, I really have to clean up afterwards, so... Okay. That should be fine. Never mind. Okay, so you always have to be careful that you don't touch the pad and the corresponding spongy thingy. And then just push that one in and hope for the best. Let's should clean that one up as well. Come on. I'm a bit hesitant. There we go. LED clearance looks fine. There we go. And there we go. Okay, moment of truth. Let's plug this in again. Okay, we have the nice backlight. Awesome. Awesome. So can I turn this a bit for you? Okay, so since Space Moon is here, or was here, or whatever, I could try to put on the de-offer. I mean, it's gotta be somewhere. Okay. Awesome. Let me just look for the actual binary file. And I can't take the one from the GitHub, sadly, because the LCD is not the OLED one and I had to change stuff. Okay. Let me start the terminal. I'm starting the terminal and then I'm searching for... Is it hex? No, it's bin. Okay, I'm searching through my terminal commands. Okay, it seems like I've called stuff often where there's a bin in there. Why don't I look for de-off instead? Ah. Okay. Nope. There we go. Okay. De-off. There we go. That's the command I was looking for. 1420. Okay. So I found the command to upload binary files to the ESP, and now I need to find the binary again that I've prepared somewhere. No. So it must be in one of the scripts I use for the spiff things. I think it's in the hoodie, no? Spiff de-author. There we go. Oh, moment of truth. It's doing something. It's stuck in the purple, so when I see it, writing to flash. Okay, that seems really slow. It's currently at 50%. $65. And 100. So let's see. Okay, it's still stuck in the purple. Serial terminal. It doesn't look good. But why? Okay, I get some marble. Okay, so let me try another catch, just where I know that it works. If I can find it. Yeah, okay. Let's test the restart on and off thing. Okay, so there's no command that was sent to the I2C. So maybe the program is broken, maybe the binary isn't right for the size of the flash also. That might be true. I don't know. Because I've put that in the spiff thing. Let me find one of the games I've started. Lameboy. Hard reset with a hammer. Man, that's something for a last step. Okay, let's try hoodie. That might be working. Are my Wi-Fi credentials in there? Yeah, it should work. I was talking out of my bottom. Oh. What's happening? There we go. Yeah, so the whole ESP programming thing I've used for making my own, well, branch for the D-author. Oh, okay, that's a lot of contrast. That's way too much contrast. Anyway, I have a virtual machine running with an older version of Arduino with the ESP, with the old kernel, so that I can create my own D-author program for the ESP that I have. Okay, maybe the baud rate is a bit too high. Yeah, I'm having trouble just uploading it right now. I've set the contrast from 62 to 42. That's probably... okay, that's better. Okay, but we saw that there's something on the display, so that's a good thing. So the display works. I just have to figure out the contrast settings and then I can try again. Okay. a second. Oh, there we have it. Hi. Nochmal meine Tür zu, ich habe einen Livestream angefangen. Yeah, my flat rate returned from the cinema. Okay, so what do we have here? This. Don't tell me the buttons aren't working. That's just a roommate. A flatmate, sorry. Okay, so why would that not work? Oh, wait. I have an idea. This might be the version where the buttons are read from the wrong PCF 8574. I always forget, not a shift register. Anyway, I'm scanning the buttons and I think I have the wrong address. I can check that. Do I have anything else I could try in the meantime? That would be a pain in the butt when the buttons don't work. But the labyrinth is like, it might be just the one button and everything else works, but you can't get upwards, so that doesn't work. No, that's right. Okay. So maybe something open worldish. Open sketchbook. That might work. Let's see. And it's gone. Okay, so now I'm programming something else where the buttons are, where the movement isn't just restricted to upwards. It's way too slow with the 15200. Is the button? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that's all. The contrast is also too high. So I need to figure out something with the software, just maybe store it in SPIF or in the EEPROM. EEPROM might make sense. Can it run Crysis? Isn't there a theory that anything can run anything? It's just a matter of speed, so maybe? But no, I don't think so. Of course I don't think so. It's just me being tired. Okay, there it is. I mean, there might be a port for the display for Doom. Maybe. Okay, so I should have tested the buttons just to see if the buttons are right, but no, I had to fix the contrast setting. So I'm now uploading it again. Oh, there we go. There it was. Nope. Absolutely no button function. Shoot. So, debugging buttons. What went wrong? I mean, we have I2C, so this is fine. What do we have here? And this one is connected over I2C as well. This looks like a dry solder connection. Okay, so I'm trying to fix it with just heating everything up, adding some solder. That's way too much solder. So I doubt that it's like every button that isn't working, but it's actually the communication, so it must be something with the I2C. But since I don't know which pins are I2C in the moment, I'll try to fix it with solder. So this one blob I might get rid of with soldering flux. Okay, yeah, with the wick. You must wick it. It'd be so cool if it could just play some music in the background. It's a higher temperature. Are you still there? I am. Okay, so normally this works very well. I just have to give it some heat. I can see some. That looks better. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's try that again. That's weird. Oh, so it's not the contrast setting. Okay. No. Would be funny though if this one has the wrong. No, that's the 20. Is the chip broken? Okay, where's the I2C stuff? Okay, I gotta start my eagle. Eagle. That's not the Lameboy. Okay, let's hope the older versions are fine to look at. They probably are. I haven't switched that much. I don't see it. Well, what can we do about that? I will try. It's ground. Let's try the power pin. The power pin is over here. That's interesting. Am I doing this right? No. Okay. So there's definitely power. What's next? Okay, I can... Well, soldering bridges on the ESP. I think that is one of those pins. What is it? It's GPIO 0 or GPIO 2, and I'm actually using this for the LCD. So that's the chip select for the LCD SPI. That should be fine. Yeah, so I think I'll try to find, or just, I have this sketch where I'm scanning for I2C. That's pretty basic, but okay, here's the scanner. So I'll just try and scan and see what parts are connected over I2C, and there shouldn't be much. I mean, it's this one and the 80 tiny. Let's see. Oh, cool. I just saw the shout out. Thanks on Twitter. Okay, I'm still uploading. As you can see, the light is flashing. Okay. The cool thing about the 80 tiny is like it holds the value for the color. So it might be distracting. Right now it's programming and it kept the color, but yeah, so when I turn it off and on again and nothing sends stuff over, sorry, yeah, it just stays off. Okay, done uploading. Serial okay, it crashed. Oh no, it's just okay. That was just the wrong baud rate. 38, B8, and 80 are the addresses. That's weird. I have an idea. Might be totally wrong, but maybe there's two versions of the shift register. Not the shift, man, the I/O expander. If I recall correctly, if there's an A at the end, it's another address. So checking the data sheet, please. Okay, so there are two data sheets, PCF 8574 and 74A. So that's interesting. Okay, that's a German way to write address. Yeah. I'm mocking German. That's stupid. Okay. Let me see. 38 and 80 and B8. Okay, I forgot the 80. Maybe it's no. Okay, so which one is the RGB? Okay, cool. Too many screens. Okay, it says 38. Let's see if that helps. 80, 38. It's not 80, so it might be 38. Okay, before the value was 20 for the port expander, and now I'm just checking 38 because the scanner said there's something on 38. And there's 80, and 80 is definitely the 80 tiny up there. So let's hope for the best. Cross your fingers. Guys and gals. Yes. That's weird. That's really weird. I don't know why that happened. Okay, cool. So this is something I should consider in the documents, or at least I should check what PCF, what port expanders I bought. But so much for a demo. Go me. Woohoo! Oh, right. Sorry, that's... Okay, so Killer Geek is asking how the LCD is connected. Physically, just over some rubber pads that, well, have make contact over the PCB, and the protocol itself is SPI. It's one of the, yeah. Ah, and David is back, and thanks. Yes, you've returned for the right moment, to the right moment. Oh, it's so irritating to have it upside down. But anyway, yeah, I found out what the problem with the port expander was. That's great. I haven't checked the SD card, but I don't have a real program for that right now. We have RGB on the display, and we can do everything we want. So, yeah. Probably gonna end this right here. Are you sure the pad connected ground? What pad? What? Rubber pads sometimes have problems. Yeah, I think that's what we saw earlier when I thought I had to adjust the contrast, but I had to move the display a bit. So yeah, I don't know how to fix that. It's probably just fix it yourself when you see it, just move it a bit and then hope for the best, and then it works. That's just how it is with the display, I guess. Oh yeah, right, I forgot. So I don't have a battery yet, but at least for the optics, let's test fit it. I mean, this is Of course it works because I've tested it with 2 or 3 other boards before, but yeah. Yay! Alright, and turn it on. Shiny! Shiny! Cool. Yeah, I won't close this with the screws because I think the screws are the wrong size for it. Oh no, it actually seems to fit okay. But yeah, the holes in the plastic are a bit too big, so they're probably just gonna pull out again. Cool. I take 10, please. Yeah, I think I have 10, so I'll just put them on Tindy and hope for the best. I'm not sure about selling them as a kit right now. I think it's best if I just sort up the green ones, the boards, and sell them like this. Always solder them up and then I don't know. Well, yeah. So I'd love to see a part of the author stuff on this one as well. So Space Hoon, I have to send you one. Not send you someone, I need to send you a Lameboy or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm happy for now. I'm done, I'm finished. I think the stream is like 3 hours now. Awesome. Where's the hip? Oh. Oh. Yeah, here it is. Let me get some blinking stuff and throw it in here. Diddly. Do I have a second one with power? I'm happy. Yeah. Yay. Okay, this is... Let me... Yay. Time to turn off the soldering station. Whoop whoop. Okay. So yeah, I was debating with myself about the price. I've spent some money for just fails, older parts that I don't use in the current version, and I'm not so sure about everything. I mean, I think I have parts. The price of everything is around 20 euros, but I don't know, maybe add a small amount of money to it. I think the current price I think I'll go for is $33 in the kit version, and then $55 in the soldered version, because obviously it takes some time to solder this up. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm not so sure about the whole pricing thing. Yeah. Put the Hoon riding the car. So yeah, we'll see about the price, but I think I'll just try it with $33 and $55 maybe. No, I think I'm at $49 now. It's quite a lot if you compare that to the what is it called? The U game from Radomir. I don't know if you guys have seen this one, but yeah, that's pretty cool. But he sells those for $25 in this state. And yeah, it's pretty cool. This one is for programming Python games, well, micro Python games. So yeah, and having this one in a kit version and $8 more than this is like, I'm not sure if people accept that, but we will see. Run over chickens. Well, okay. I'm not sure how to wrap up live streams. I can put more stuff into the camera. Well, I don't think I can. Yeah. Okay, cool. A new addition to the ever so growing prototypes of Lameboys. Really like the pink. Pink and purple looks so much better. But I bought the green ones because they are cheap. Doesn't have ESP and SD card, right? No, it doesn't. But the SD card isn't supported right now. Well, it kinda is, but kinda isn't. So if you don't use SPIF, then you don't have a problem with the file stuff. But I had both integrated in Arduino, and that didn't work because both were defining the file system thing. I don't even know what it was anymore. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I really like the pink one. And I think in another revision I will change the JST connector to something that just plugs in onto the battery, and then yeah, it goes like this. Join Discord. That would be so nice. Yeah, Discord, where? I'm not sure how. What's Discord? I gotta Google it. I put it away. I'm looking at the stream and then Discord. Come on. I think I have an account on Discord. Let me check that. Discord. No, the link looks clicked. Right, space on D. Can I make you? Don't use the power that I just gave you for the not so good stuff. Hackaday Discord. There's Discord. Okay. Okay, I even have Discord installed. Okay. It's downloading an update, and here we go. Preparing for a team fight. Have I written many games for the Lameboy? I have two concepts. It's the labyrinth thing that I've shown, and the open world thing, but that's just, well, control concepts. I've made a little graphic whenever I wanted to, but or try to design levels with code, but in the end I didn't finish a game, so there are currently no games. But I think for selling it, it would make sense to have like 3 or 4 games prepared so people can actually see how to program it. Where's the cap for the bottle? Many games for the Lameboy. No. Okay. There's a play button and another button. Spotify is now available on Discord. Okay, whatever. Enter Discord tag. Okay. I don't have permission to send any stuff. But I've added Alex and I'm in the Space Home thingy, I think. Is this charged? No. Here you can see the SD card. We can check that over here. Let's hope it doesn't fall in, but now it looks like it's not that far out anymore. Look for the channel. What? Cool kid start here. Let me search that. Voice chat, okay. Okay, so 2018 is for me to discover Discord. Interesting. Okay, so I think I should I end the stream right now? Yeah, I think I should. Well, thanks for everyone who was watching and is still watching, but I need to rest my voice and myself, and I'm talking nonsense, and I gotta check out Discord. So thanks for watching and have a good night, and see you at some point. Sorry for me bashing the upside down camera thing. Where's the stop button? Let me just make that comfortable for me. So, where's the stop button? I just have to push the cross. Have a nice one. Bye.